The DSR-50 is the second sniper rifle you unlock in Black Ops 2. It has the most amount of damage in the whole class. You get a one-hit kill from the waist up, which is quite good for a sniper rifle. That said, it is a bolt-action rifle, which means that you have to be much more defensive than any other rifle, because one miss at close range means death, and if someone's shooting at you and you miss once in any range, except maybe at the long range, you're probably also going to be pretty dead. But don't stay in the same cover for long, because enemies will start knowing where you are and try and flank you or kill you with explosives. So keep moving up to the next position where you overlook a high traffic area or choke point. I found the suppressor took away so much of the damage that I didn't find it was worth it, that it gets rid of the muzzle flash and that you're invisible from radar. Since you're at a long range anyway, that's very little use. Basically, I don't think that you get a one-hit kill unless you get a headshot or a neck shot when you're using a suppressor. I didn't find that a ballistic CPU was much help. If you don't like the idle sway whilst you're aiming, just hold your breath and then take the shot, and as soon as you've killed you can just release it and then just adjust the aim so you can keep aiming where you want to be aiming at. I didn't find that the zoom attachment was that good, because the low zoom is kind of too close for the DSR-50 to be very good, and the long zoom is way too far that you can't really cover many areas at the same time, and the standard scope is good enough for DSR-50 anyway. I did notice a considerable difference between fast mags and normal, so there's no real reason to use it. And also, if you are at long range, it doesn't really matter how long your reload takes. You just duck down, reload, and then pop back up to finish enemies off that you've started on. Again, I didn't notice much of a difference when I was using the FMJ attachment. It does increase your damage against a score streak and also increases your penetration, but with the scope you can just aim above walls and what enemies are sitting behind, and against score streaks I don't think your snipers that well suited, although you can take out sentry guns and guardians with fairly few shots. The ACOG scope I found to be way too close range to be that good, and also it has a weird target indicator where it's got like a tip and you shoot where the tip is, and that's in a fast situation, which medium range to close range is usually the case. It's kind of difficult to aim properly with it because there's so much of the same color, and if you even miss by a little bit you're going to die. There's no reason to use laser sight with DSR-50. It makes your hipfire a little bit more accurate, but it's still very weak at hipfire. I didn't find that I needed the dual band scope, but certainly if you have a smaller screen or you sit further away from your television, then it's probably a good idea to use the dual band scope, as it does make it much easier to identify enemies and shoot them. That said, that you can wear perks that stop you from being on the dual band scope, and then enemies will be pretty hard to detect. None of the attachments actually do that much for the DSR-50. The most benefit I got out of an attachment was with the extended clip. I think it grants 2 extra bullets, which isn't much at all, but you know, that can be 2 extra kills in a situation where your aim is pretty good. So that's the one that I would recommend using. When you are more defensive, you're often going to be exposed to enemy score streaks, so blind eye will stop enemy AI controlled air support from hitting you. Awareness means that you will sort of be able to hear enemies approaching you when they're really close, and often if people see a sniper rifle guy, they tend to go up and knife him, and when they do that you just pull out your secondary, which is very important to the DSR-50, and just shoot them. They won't be expecting it. Toughness goes without saying, it reduces the flinch that you get when you are being shot. The bouncing Betty is good for protecting your back, but don't put it too close because it will probably kill you if you put it too close. The shock charges will also help cover your back by putting them in the common access routes, which will keep you protected from those, or at least warn you if enemies are coming that way. Again, if you see the shock charge symbol or you hear the hit marker or that it's destroyed, be sure to pull out your secondary and finish off enemies that are coming too close. So there you go, that's the class setup that I recommend for the DSR-50. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.